it doesn't go away, that you don't heal fully, that you become a different person and that it's always there, but that you do improve. There's strides forward, but the pain will always be part of you.
I wish people knew that I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never been a widow before, and it hurts so much that I don't want to feel it. So I'm going to obsess about things that you're like, why are you upset about that? Because it's easier to be upset about that than it is to think about how I just lost a huge part of my life. And sometimes I'm just gonna start crying or laughing or dancing, and there will be absolutely no good reason why, and that's okay.
I wish they knew how important it is to say hi, to send a text, to ask about my spouse. I wish that others knew that it's okay to talk about him, and that I love talking about him, and I want to talk about him. And even if I cry, it's okay. That just lets me know that I had a loving, wonderful relationship, and I miss it, but I love remembering it. So I wish that people would talk about Scott more. I wish that they knew that it's not like a disease. They won't catch it. And that we don't want to think about being a widow as just an awful, undesirable thing, but that we're still a personality, and we're still have value, and we can contribute in ways that maybe people think we can't or we shouldn't, or they don't want to disturb us. I don't know. I just think just open your heart to them and give them as much love and care as you can.
For us to talk about our spouse, I think a lot of times people see it as a disease, or they just don't know what to say to you, so they don't talk about him or her. So I would want people to know that it's okay, that we want to talk about them, because it helps them stay in our lives in a positive way. Because there are many times in our day-to-day that we think about them in a negative, and not them, but just our situation. And at least for me, when I talk about him to other people, when they bring him up, it makes me happy. So I like talking about him. So that's one thing that I wish more people knew, that we want to do that.
We as widows are swimming through new water, so to speak. So we're not experts at what we need to do to get our head above the water again. Like, I had many neighbors, friends who cared so much, and sometimes they would say things that they thought were helpful, and it ended up hurting a lot more than helping. And many times I just wanted to turn to them and say, you know, I don't know what I'm doing yet. You're right, and I'm figuring this out as I go, and it's really, really difficult to try to really grieve the loss of your husband and your partner and your spouse, plus try to do life at the same time. So that's probably the biggest thing, is just maybe be a little less judgmental as we as widows are trying to figure out how to, the best way to parent without our person, and the best way to kind of grab hold of life and get our head above water again.